I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
You are what you choose to be. You choose.
Regrets are a waste of time. They're the past crippling you in the present.
All right, I'll give it a try.
No. Why not? Do. Or do not. There is no try.
The more you know who you are and what you want, the less you let things upset you.
This is Real Wisdom, a show that explores some important life lessons from the world of cinema with your host, IseeRobots.
All right, kids, we are back for another exciting episode. Are these exciting? I don't know if they are. Let's say another thought-provoking episode of Real Wisdom, the show where we take a look at important life lessons that you can gather from the world of movies. I see a lot of movies. I think I see just about every popular movie that comes out, and the way that we learn in our culture is through the use of narratives. Often a story is used as a way to enlighten us, and I see so many movies and I see so many stories that I cannot help the fact that much of my life philosophy, much of the learning that I have learned has in fact come from movies. What can I say? It's just me. Just being myself, just being true, being real. Being trill is like when you're being true and real at the same time, of which I am doing right now as we speak. So the movie that we're going to take a look at today is one of my favorite movies of last year, and it might be everybody's favorite movie of last year. It is a movie known as Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Rogue One is the tale of the rebels who steal the plans for the Death Star that were later used to destroy the Death Star in A New Hope. It is a prequel to A New Hope, and that's what they call it now. I'm still of the camp that calls it Star Wars, but I don't want to confuse anybody out there. This is the first movie that came out back in like 1977 or whatever, A New Hope, Star Wars. And Rogue One is a movie that came out last year, but is a prequel to that. So take that for whatever you want. I thought this movie was terrific. I will go as far as to say that it might be my favorite of all the Star Wars movies. I like all of the original trilogy. I don't like the prequels. I loved A Force Awakens, but all of the movies in their own way are flawed, and out of all of them, I think that Rogue One might be the least flawed. There's no Ewoks, there's no BB-8s, there's no R2-D2s and C-3POs. There is a robot who is kind of a wisecracker, but he's less of a wisecracker than some of the previous robots, and I don't know if he is meant to be cute as much as he has a dark tone, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I just want you to know that this is a movie that I really enjoyed. I saw it 4 times in the theater, and each time I came out with different things. And the clip that I am going to play for you right now is, I want to set the scene. If you haven't seen the movie, I feel bad for you, son.
I got
You got 99 problems, and not seeing Rogue One ain't one. If you haven't seen it, go see it. But I don't think this is going to blow anything for you. This is a speech that the movie's main protagonist, Jyn Urso, says on a shuttlecraft. They are in a shuttlecraft heading down to the planet to attempt the mission where they steal the plans. It is essentially a suicide mission. They have very little hope of making it. They have no hope of getting out alive, but still they are going to try. Jyn Urso is a reformed terrorist of sorts. She came up with Saw Gerrera, who was played by Forrest Whitaker. Saw was my favorite character in the whole movie, and Saw is, by any accounts, a terrorist, and Jyn Urso worked with him, so by any accounts, she is also a terrorist. But when they're on your side, you call them rebel fighters, I guess. So she was in the rebellion with Saw Gerrera, and now she is on a rogue mission to steal the plans. The mission is not endorsed by the rebellion. She's on her own. She's with her crew, and they are going to do it, but they're nervous. So she senses that, and she gives them a speech. She gives these men who are all going on a suicide mission a speech that I found very moving. Let me cue that up. Thanks to Lucasfilms and Disney for sending me this VHS so I can do that. All right, here.
Saw Guerrero used to say one fighter with a sharp stick, nothing left to lose, can take the day. They've no idea we're coming. They've no reason to expect us. If we can make it to the ground, we'll take the next chance. And the next. On and on until we win. Or the chances are spent. The Death Star plans are down there. Cassian, K2 and I will find them. We'll find a way to find them.
I find that incredibly moving. The part where she's talking about chances, how you take one chance and then another chance until you succeed or you run out of chances. A lot of times in life, you'll be faced with some sort of a problem that seems insurmountable. But the way that you can deal with this is to break it down into smaller problems that eventually will lead to the ending of the bigger problem. You take one chance and another chance and another chance until either you can't do it or the problem is solved. This is how you make it in life. You just take a chance. You take another chance and another chance. And then eventually you're where you need to be or you're dead. And then, if you are, in that case, everything's solved, I guess, in another way. This really moved me and really motivated me. And it also got me thinking, do you think that this is a speech that she heard from Saw? Do you think that he has been in, I'm sure, a million make it or die situations, a lot of suicide missions, just being in the profession that he's in. And do you think that this is something that she heard him say? Or do you think that this is something that Jyn is coming up with on her own? Either way, this is some great advice that you can look to anytime something in your life seems insurmountable. Just break it up into pieces. Take a chance, do a thing. Take a chance, do a thing, and eventually you make it or you die. And that's the key to success in life. Just taking chances, doing things. So I hope that you can internalize this and use it when you need it. Because I will say, I have been faced with things and I have thought back to this and I have used it to help me get through. And I want to share that with you because I think that you can do the same thing. You can use this for motivation when you're faced with some insurmountable problem. Just take a chance, do a thing. Take a chance, do another thing, and eventually the insurmountable problem has been surmounted. I guess that's it. I guess that is our important life lesson for this episode. So do what you can, take it to heart. This is me, IseeRobots, signing off. Real wisdom. Rogue One.